Hi everybody, it's me, Bob. Today is going to be my brief overview of the web. The web. The superhero that was kinda like the Charleston characters in that way. Only he's from Archie's Circle Comics. It was when DC bought them briefly in 2009. I will talk about how it kind of had plot holes and how it got fixed by Flashpoint and how it bears a resemblance to a certain Booster Gold hero that we all know and love. And I'll tie it in with my review of Resurrection, or my overview of Resurrection Man. Yes. Just simply saying yes. Everything, yes. It was good, but overall, like I said, we'll get to that. Now, first I'd like to start with the similarities between the web and Booster Gold. Where Booster Gold is a failure in every aspect of DC's economy. I mean their fictional economy. Like, all the stuff he endorses is a failure, and that's part of his cover, that Booster Gold is a failure and will remain a failure till the day he dies. But he will be recorded to always have a smile on his face. And they'll ask perhaps he was an idiot as well. That's actually from Booster Gold 1000, I think it was, with Peter Platinum. 1 million. There you go. Not 1000. Anyway. The web is a success in their economy. Not everything he buys into, he touches it, it turns to gold. And he's rich, has more money than you could ever possibly dream of. You're dreaming of money? Well, the web has it. And one day, his brother gets killed by this mysterious guy in a wheelchair, which, may I say, I loved, because it showed that not everybody in a wheelchair is a nice guy.
You don't have to yell.
I absolutely love that. We're not all Oracle. We don't all help. But, I mean, I'm a nice guy, but there are other people in my life that I know that really weren't all that nice. Anyway, I love that the bad guy was in a wheelchair. I love that you get to see Oracle, too, before she turns it back into Batgirl, which, again, got fixed by Flashpoint. So you get to see the good.
Shown any of your book?
You get to see the good guy, and you get to see the bad guy. You get to see it all. you don't meet Oracle till like issue 5, 6, I want to say. Trying to do it without looking at the book. But Oracle you don't meet right away. And you run across Stephanie Brown's Batgirl. Which Stephanie Brown was an okay Batgirl. It wasn't as memorable as Barbara Gordon, but yeah. Again, it doesn't start out that way. What it starts out like in this book here, Web number 1, it's just him trying to solve who his brother's killer. He doesn't know about the man in the chair. He doesn't know about any of what I just told you. And then he comes up with an idea of selling out his web gear suit. Yeah. And you see throughout the book, not throughout number 1, but throughout these books in general, that may or may not be a good idea. That's how Oracle comes across him. Because she's like a tech wizard, if you remember. Yeah. But in this book, it's just him, and it ends with him getting shocked by this guy in the wheelchair. Right here. Ta-da. That's how it ends. They say he tells him to ask the girl, Mr. Ramon, which the girl is this girl that he fell in love with. Him and his brother had this weird triangle that you find out later more about. Yeah, they both love this woman. It was engaging, and you don't find out right away what he meant by tell this girl. I mean, why didn't you talk to the girl? Instead, it takes you like till issue 3, I want to say, to really find out, okay, maybe she's bad news too. Because she finds out he's the Web. But then you find out the villain is Deuces Wild. And
what book do you want?
Oh, number 4, number 5. That's why on the cover there's reference to cards and whatnot. I'm sorry, this is a bit different from what I did before, but I felt it was the best way to explain the comic book and how it affected me. The covers really do try to be part of the book, but at the same time they're really not. Some of them are just cool art. Others, like this, actually have a actual meaning. Like, because he runs across Deuces Wild, the guy that owns the casino and is able to see into the future using drugs. Yeah. Yeah. He's not as accurate as Dr. Manhattan, but he's still formidable for the web. He's not a pushover by any means. So at the end, you find that this is before Flashpoint. They set up a whole big team. You find out that the web's host suits are malfunctioning. One by one. And a bunch of them are going off this cliff. And he has to save these people. He enlists the help of another web host, another lady he sold the technology to, named herself Fly Girl. He says he could sue her, but I don't think he's going to. Later on in the book, I don't think he's going to sue her at all. I think they're going to actually be, but yeah. All throughout the book, you find that there's these people that are called the Consortium, I think is. I'm not 100% on that, but there's bigger fish to fry than just Deuces Wild and the guy in the wheelchair. So the web attracts the attention of this team. Which is the other circle characters that were going on at the time. The other Archie-owned characters. And they're called the Crusaders. Yeah. Mom, please find me the last book.
Put it out.
Yes, please.
There you go.
These guys. Yeah. And that I will do a video on them when I get the whole series there. but I have other books to read. But I do know the Captain America looking one is called the Shield, I think. And he was owned by Archie as well. He was their leader. He was eventually pushed back to the back of his own book back in the late 50s, early 60s. He was pushed maybe even before that, like the 30s, somewhere around there. He was pushed to the back of his own book. Archie took over. And, well, yeah, that's what happened. I have my Watchmen shirt on. No, you can't see it, but I do have my Watchmen shirt on. Because the Crusaders were kind of like the Minutemen. And I was going to go on this whole thing, tying them all together, but you can't see the shirt, so it kind of kills the bit. I know this isn't like what Decompose does, or how I tried to do it before, but I'm telling you how the story affected me as a reader. So stay tuned for the Crusaders, and maybe who knows? Maybe we'll get an explanation of how or why Flashpoint erased them or did whatever. Why we don't see them anymore after Flashpoint. I think primarily because of money, but who knows? Maybe there's an actual storyline reason. Yeah. Till then, this is the end of part 1. Bob out.